Good morning, good morning, good morning. I actually saw Spice Girls in concert. They weren't really my thing back in the 90s, but I don't know. Never turned down free tickets to a concert. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope y'all are doing all right. I'm going to start trying to do lives over here. We got a month left of school. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to go live during the summer. We shall see, though. This is more than words. Yep. Good morning, Ralph. Long time no see. Blessed be my family, my friends, and me. So I got my little Palo Santo going over here. Been some crazy energies lately. All right, we got 4. We got Sagittarius. And we got Pluto. Dark undercurrents going on, right? And we got 4 is all about foundation, stability, protecting one's assets. See, we got a bunch of runes today. Oh, can't even make this up. We got the feminine rune. We got the male rune. We got the feminine rune. We got the harvest. We got flight. We got the sun and the moon again. Secrets and truths coming to light. And we got cutting cords, right? So we definitely got male and feminine energy here. We got the harvest, which is all about reaping what you sow, good, bad, or otherwise. And we got the sun and the moon. And whenever those both come out, I always say 3 things cannot be hidden for long: the sun, the moon, and the truth, right? And then we've got that sheath again. That rune just seems to be really, really popular and always coming out. I love that. I do like that song. More than words. And definitely, yeah, more than words. Actions speak louder than words, for real. Actions prove that someone's listening to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times, you could be with somebody and like you could be with somebody for years and be like, wow, it's like you don't ever hear anything that I say, right? It's like you don't know anything that I like you don't know me at all. Like you realize at a certain point, it's like you never even tried. Sorry, I tried to do my hair and parted in the middle. Not digging it. God, this is me. Yep. This is me. It's almost like sometimes when you deal with people, it's like, I don't know. You end up adapting and mirroring their energy for a while. And then it's like, wow, you don't know me at all. And you're not trying to adapt to shit. You're just trying to get me to fully adapt to you. And you're not trying to do anything back in return. And that's not me. Ancient wisdom and healing here. Should we do a story? Let's see what we got from the story cards. The garden. All right, we get the garden card. I don't think we need the garden message again. Let me know if the music's ever too loud. The violins get annoying. I'll switch the card. I already got the lady again. Oh, the Lady and Stars. All right, so we got the Lady card. I'm going to put up because we get this one a lot, right? And that's the princess or the peasant. Either way, the lady's purpose, the divine feminine energy, is to inspire the masculine energy, right? It's even something that Steve Harvey even said. Was it Steve Harvey? No. Steve Harvey. Who's the dude who does Family Feud? I think that's his name. Anyway, I'm so terrible with names. He says it too. He's like, a man will only change for one woman. And you can't pick which woman that is. All right, so we're going to go with the Stars card. 16 here, bringing in that number 7. Dreams, fame, encouragement, and destiny. For the stars, we look to the tale of the Star Maiden, a magical creature who lived in a star. She came to a young man to tell him that she was seeking a home. She was encouraged by his people to live among them. The Star Maiden discovered a white flower to call her home. Her dreams of a safe home were answered, and the star card reminds us that the future is bright, and the card offers hope for dreams realized. Where the card lies indicates how close to fame and recognition are. Acclaim is at hand when this card falls near the current card. If near a card about a job, it can indicate a promotion. When you see the Stars card, remember that fame can be given, but respect must be earned. The Star Maiden had to try out a whole bunch of different choices for dwellings before she discovered it, and then her destiny was complete. Mm. $3.45. I don't know if 77 is big. 777 is definitely going to be a number to watch out for today. 77 and 99. Sevens again. A lot of sevens, man. A lot of sevens. $99 again. Wow. 999. All right. So 999 and 777 are the numbers to be watching out for today. Those are going to be your synchronicities. Look them up. Angel numbers, all that good jazz. Woo-wee. All right. So there's definitely a moving on from spilt cups and moving on from situations that just a realization that, yeah, spilt cups is kind of like a realization that like you gave your cup to someone who just keeps spilling it. Like I was talking about a minute ago, someone doesn't even seem to know you, even though you've known them for years, right? It's like, what? It's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't feel like you were ever actually listening. I don't feel like you ever actually tried to even get to know me. I feel like it was always just a, you know what I'm saying? Type of energy here. And that's the spilt cup energy that I get, right? And then that can cause a lot of anxiety as to why, and you'll look at yourself and blame yourself, and you'll feel stupid for letting down your guard for these toxic ass individuals who just take and don't give, right? And it takes you a minute to realize that the most important person to love you is going to be you. Right? On the 4D, there's definitely a revamping of that divine feminine energy, right? I get that I don't know, the sun is building, the summer energy, that spring energy, that new renewal energy. We're coming into Taurus rut feeling more firm within ourselves, but definitely a lot of fire, a lot of passion here with this Queen of Wands, right? A lot of sensing victory on the way, a lot of coming out into the sun, a lot of making those truths, right? I get a lot of sense of making those truths and trying to make decisions, right? But there is still this energy, and I don't get it as a deceptive energy with this deck, as more of a, there's definitely an awareness of a sneaky energy around, right? This is the Knight of Swords in this deck, right? And this is the Seven of Swords, where I keep saying sevens keep popping up as well, right here. And it's just that kind of, also look for feathers today, for sure. There is definitely like a sneaky energy around. And that's why it's kind of hard to make a decision, because if you're empathic and you can sense a sneaky energy like traveling around, it makes you a little extra jumpy, and it makes it hard to understand stuff, because it's like, why am I sensing this energy when I don't see it? Because there's someone sneaking around. You're probably being watched more than you think you are. These 3 cards came out while I was shuffling. It's a lot of instability, right? There's a bit of instability, but there's definitely this evolution of a Knight of Wands to a King of Wands energy going on, right? So the Knight of Wands is like more of a fun, passionate energy, and the King of Wands is more of that serious energy, and it's trying to combine those two, right, to create some stability, because there's still a lot of instability within these energies. On the 5D, once again, and I believe this is a similar message that we've been getting for a while here, right? There is this energy of still feeling injustice and feeling like unfair, right? Whenever I get the reverse justice card, I always get that scene from the Labyrinth where he's messing with the clock and everything, and she's like, that's not fair. And he's like, you're always saying that. I wonder what your basis of comparison is. And it's just kind of like, just because you don't see, right? It doesn't feel like you're getting justice, but it doesn't mean it's not coming. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, right? But you're allowing this injustice. It's not fair. Everybody else is having more fun than me. Everybody else gets more than me. Everybody else has more opportunities than me. Everybody else, blah, blah, blah. And you're kind of almost blocking yourself, right? And besides that, there's a lot of defensive energy going on here, right? There's trying to stand in this, I always say moral fortitude, right? Trying to stand in your own morals, right? While you're watching all these people who have no fucking morals get ahead. And it kind of just irritates the shit out of you, right? But there is this energy of still that reaping what you sow, right? So it's whatever your energy is towards it, right? That's what's reaping what you sow. But this negativity towards, I'm not getting what I want and it's pissing me off, and I'm tired of everybody else getting what they want and I don't get what I want, and these people are so shitty and done me wrong, and I'm not getting the justice that I feel like I deserve. That's keeping you in a negative manifesting mode, right? When you're in, so the Knight of Pentacles is manifesting on the 3D, right? It's when you can, we call it manifestation mode, right? Where you're able to manifest things. But here's the thing. That's good, bad, or otherwise. So if your focus immediately shifts to the negative will happen just as fast as the positive. And that's what gets scary when you get into these areas where you can manifest things easily, right? When you realize that you're manifesting really easily, is you got to be careful. What? Oh shit, if I can manifest good things this easily, I can manifest bad things just as easily. And that's a scary thought. Did you hear I was happy and you just wanted to mess it up? Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. If someone wants to walk out of your life, let them go. It's life. You don't figure it out. You just climb up on the beast and ride. You want a heart? You don't know how lucky you are not to have one. Hearts will never be practical until they are made unbreakable. But still I want them. Conversation between the wizard and the Tin Man there. But still I want one. Confidence is silence and insecurities are loud, for sure. The person making the most noise is the most insecure. Even the seed of the tree of life needed to be planted in darkness. What is it that you want? A question, please. If you knew upon physical death one had a choice to bring karma to those that had continued to inflict suffering upon the many for personal benefit of the few, or just leave this world behind for an unknown realm. I mean, it's kind of a radical idea. I mean, when you say it like that, it's like, well, that's what, like, people wonder, how, like, extreme terrorists can blow themselves up because they feel like their death is serving some grand purpose and they're going to get 72 virgins in heaven when they get it, right? It depends. Like, is it your place to bring karma to others? I've generally found that, like, it's not necessarily a willful effort, right? Even like when I don't know, have an attitude or something like that. It's never like a pre-planned thing. Like when I cause chaos and when I knock over a bunch of dominoes and I see the karmic wheel is start to turn in, it's never anything that I've done on a conscious effort. And I find most people who bring in any type of karmic justice for somebody's life, that's a will of the universe, not a will of an individual. Does that make any sense? I'm also a firm believer that there's no tapping out. So, like, if you knew upon your physical death that karma, it kind of sounds like you're planning your death. And if that's the case, that's not how you deliver karma. I mean, that's a guarantee to renew your contract, right? You can what is it like when you're playing a game? I watch guys do this all the time. When they're playing a game and they realize they're about to lose, they'll quick turn off the game. They'll turn off the console or something like that, or they'll quit before a save point because they don't want to save that part of the game. What, I was going to lose, so I'm just going to reset back to a point where I was doing better. That make any sense, right? Also, upon your passing, wouldn't you rather the focus be more on why am I getting that song? What is it called? How You Love? I think it's Shinedown, right? And the message of it is more important of, like, in the end, you want to be remembered for how you love, not for the karmic justice you delivered and, you know what I'm saying, pissing people off. Let's see. A deck of many things you hear. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. But I guess that was your question, though, because it's kind of worded that way, too. It's like, could you bring karma or just leave this world behind for an unknown realm? Well, it's up to you, buddy. You want to renew your contract? I mean, really, you played the game this long, right? I don't know. I just get in that whole, came this far, might as well keep going kind of energy, right? Take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the world what's going on. Yup. That's just too many. All right. Well, it's taking a long time if you're responding because it's not coming through. The comments aren't coming through. We get these last couple of cards, and then I'm going to roll over to the silver cord where I'll be going live there. When you connect to your true consciousness, celestial presence, and you share that connection with everything, and in that capacity, want, feel, and need to end the suffering for the many. Good morning, Miss Cat. Mm-hmm. Well, when you connect into that celestial presence consciousness, that 5D higher being that we're always talking about, and me and you have talked about that a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like where I talk about Celeste, like I go by Celeste Amanda now, or Amanda Celeste, however you want to put it. Celeste has always been like the oracle, right? That's not really me. That's when I'm tapped in, that's a different type of energy. What? Well, Amanda makes a bunch of stupid fucking mistakes all the damn time. She's in a 3D body and a 3D brain with the same wirings and programs and fucked up nature that everybody else freaking has in this world. Depending on where you're born or from, you've got some sort of weird human programming. And Celeste doesn't. As like a lot of people get on me for being hypocritical and stuff like that. They're like, how can you give I don't know, the Marilyn Monroe sugar baby advice at the same time while you talk about, you shouldn't do things this way. Well, Amanda's moral code is very different than from Celeste's moral code. Celeste runs on a 5D operation, right? She doesn't think about the 3D consequences of what's going on, right? She runs on the 5D of it, and the 5D of it has a little bit of a different kind of ground rules than the 3D does. If that makes any sense to anybody out there. It says, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. I'm kind to everybody, but when someone is unkind to me, weakness will not be what you remember. I don't know when we'll see each other again or what the world will look like when we do, but I'll always think of you when I need to be reminded of beauty and goodness. I'm thirsty anyway. Bring on the rain. Well, that's it, honey. Yeah, we've all lived it for many lifetimes. Look, anybody who's here as a volunteer has been here many lifetimes. Okay? We're not playing around anymore. Some of us, there's gaps. A lot of us, like if some people volunteered and this is their first time here, right? You're galactically sourced, like when you channel Pleiadians and things like that, right? And you're galactically sourced and you were convinced, right? I talked to this with Susan at the Zen Den too, and it was just like, she was just like, you came to answer the call, right? You came to answer a call, right? So you came to answer a call, and everybody's like, I came to answer the call. I'm celestially placed, and da-da-da-da-da, and I came to answer the call, and I came to answer the call, and they're so excited. New game! And they come running over here, and then the game's really hard, and they're having a very hard time. And some people are really good at the game, but then they realize, this is kind of boring. I'm using a bunch of cheat codes, and this isn't fun at all, right? And it's funny to watch them because it's like they think they're so fucking high and mighty. And it's like, you know what? You never once, and this is what this goes all the way to what I was talking at the beginning. What? You're so obsessed with the fact that you fucking came here to help that you don't even stop to ask the questions of the people who called you fuckers here, right? because I always say, I'm like, you got the celestial base and then you got the earth-based people, right? I'm an earth-based soul. What? My freaking energy, the earth-based souls, we're the ones that are returning again, right? We fucking come back as trees and shit and kill hundreds of years at a time, right? Essentially sleeping. And reincarnate and put out a massive fucking call to call these things in. And then these things come in and they don't even stop for 1 second. They're so obsessed and they immediately fall into the ego trap that they don't even stop for a second to think, who put out the call? You came here to help, but you're not even taking 2 seconds to think about who's calling. Who put out the call? Who did you come to help? Because a lot of y'all show up and it just seems like you're helping yourself. It doesn't seem like you're helping anybody else. And yes, I'm a firm believer that I've lived many lifetimes here and I have escaped the Earth Matrix before and have come back. Why? For the same reasons that people on Earth sit here and envision alien shores on different planets and things like that. And they're like, I don't feel like I'm from here. I feel like I'm from someplace out there. I've had dreams and visions of being on other places and looking at our sun and feeling that same calling to want to go home. That makes any sense to anybody else out there. That's my own thing, right? To explain it to others, it sounds pretty crazy, but that's just what it is. The same way that people who come here, look out into space and have a longing to return out there. Those of us that are from here that managed to make it out there want to come back. And you either came here to be schooled or you came here to school people. That's all there is to it, if you're a volunteer. Still got the problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. But let's get an oracle card just to end out on. Remember, we got the is this me, right? Before you make any big moves, just make sure that you're moving them. Make sure that you're moving from your heart center. Who you truly are. Use all that shamanic, ancient healing and knowledge that you know to make these decisions. Be grateful for being a messenger of any kind, in any way, shape, or form. Like, a lot of people always get on me about the YouTube stuff and everything else, and they're like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't get to nothing. Blah, do this, that, and the other thing. You don't have a lot of subscribers. You don't get a lot of views. You don't get a lot of this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, you know what? My message is not for the average fucking person. And that's just it. That's just all there is to it. I'm never going to be able to relate to the masses, right? And people get so upset about things like the Illuminati and the Masons, and they're like, oh, they're just controlling all these people, and all these people are just so easily controlled. Well, you know what? Yes, they are. The majority of people on this planet are very easily manipulated and controlled. And you know what? When somebody is easily manipulated and controlled and they have a flock sheep mentality, then you know what? Someone needs to control them, because if you just let them wander around, they're going to be falling off cliffs and dying and being eaten by wolves and everything else. What? Some people have to have a shepherd. What? They came here to run a CPU program. They did not come here to think for themselves. They came here to play on easy mode. They didn't come here to play the game. They came here to be a CPU character. What? They are the bar tender at the tavern that you go in and you save your save points at, right? They're the ones that you go in and you collect the quest. They have the same exact story for the same exact quest for everybody. It doesn't matter. That first tavern outside of Rivendell, the bartender gives the same quest to every fucking person who plays World of Warcraft. Everybody plays that. And everybody has to play that quest in order to move on to the next thing. It doesn't matter what character you're playing, you still have to go and get that quest from the bartender. And that's that bartender's only job. What? To rent you a room to save your shit and to give you that quest. And that's all they're here to do. That's all they're here to do is run their program. Some of us didn't come to play the program, right? When we used to play, back in the day, some people, run the quest. Some people come in and they play the quest all day. Some people instead, they go and shit. I would lose my sister all the time playing World of Warcraft. She'd be run off going collecting herbs and flowers and stuff because she spent most of her time in the auction house. You had more freedom, more things to do, more ways to play the game. So it's a choice of up to you. You can choose to be, and you can choose to go back to being a CPU if you want to. That's the thing too. If you don't want to do that, you can just be a quest giver again. You don't have to play. The game ends when you stop playing. You can choose your role. But if you're going to choose a role that you can live with for sure. But, all right, I've been trying to keep these down less than 30 minutes or around 30 minutes. I'm going to hop over to the Silver Cord and do a special message just for the people in the Silver Cord. I'm going to try to go live over there, see if I can get it to work today. If not, I'll do a video and then load it in there so that you guys can watch it just on Facebook, since so many people have been having a problem getting over to YouTube lately with everything going on. All right? Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. If you made it this far into the video, please, buttons and bells, y'all. And I love you, and I'm going to be back just as soon as I can, I promise. I'm going to try to start making the mornings again. I always say stuff, and then stuff happens. I always joke about that. And anytime I promise to do something, usually the universe gets in my way. See, that's the thing, Ralph. You're trying to wake up the whole world. Cut off the source that keeps them in sheep mode. No. It's not your job to cut off the source that keeps them in sheep mode. They came to be sheep. They came to be sheep. We need the sheep. Need them. If you didn't have that quest giver, well, what the hell game would you be playing? There'd be nothing to fucking do. You need the sheep. You need the CPUs. You need the program runners. You need enough stupid people in this world so that you can recognize stupid when you see it. And shallow and the programs and the bullshit. You need enough people falling for it in order to become awakened. And we've talked about that a lot too. A lot of times you feel like all you do is run around and you're prying open these boxes to help people out of I'm going to pry this box open and help this person out of this box. And as soon as they climb out of one box, you just watch them walk right over and climb into another box. And there they are pulling the lid down on themselves. Oh, I'm not going to believe this anymore. Oh, look at this. I'm just going to climb right back into this box of this different box of belief. Now I'm woke and I'm right. But you're still in a fucking box, You can't help people like that. They came to do that. That's their evolution. They only came to evolve from this box to this box. And in doing that, they're doing their job in helping the collective shift its program from the toxic old programmings from our past lives to the new ones. But yeah, I'm going to hop on over to the Cord and do a reading over there. I love y'all. And I'm going to try to be back in the morning. If not, I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise.